have the feet shoulder width and just try to relax. If you have got a resistance band, please use it. And if you've got hand weights, of course, you can use those as well. Main thing to do is just try to relax and just focus on your posture. Try to get a tall spine when you're standing. Imagine the top of the head being lengthened up towards the ceiling. So try to create a long, relaxed neck. Bring the shoulders up to the ears to loosen off the neck muscles and the shoulders. And allow the shoulder blades just to slide down the back. Breathing in and out. Allow the arms to hang loose. Think about your core now. You've got to imagine squeezing the core in all the way, and that's 100% until you can hardly breathe. Release about the halfway mark, and then lower it or release it about to 30% level. So when you do the exercises, you're holding your tummy muscles in no more than a third, approximately. Relax the legs, the knees, feel the floor with the toes, side edge, and the heels. Okay, so we're going to start off by nodding the head to release off the neck muscles. So take a breath in through the nose, lower the chin to the chest, and gently lengthen the neck. Allow the shoulders to relax. You want to release all the tension. Breathe in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, tilt the head back. So all the moves are done very slowly and continuously in Pilates. There's no beginning, there's no end. And one more time back. You don't do that many moves, just a few. So if you only feel like doing one or two, that's absolutely fine. If you want to do more, do more. Breathing out, down to the chin. This time gently rotate the chin from side to side. And then bring the head up, looking at the horizon. Scan the horizon to each side, to your left, breathing out to your right, and just go within your own range. Don't push it too much. Breathing in. Important to relax when you do these movements. You're not holding tension. It makes it easier to do the movement. So from here, we're going to start by just rocking down through the spine. So take a deep breath in through the nose, bring your chin to your chest, and gently allow the head to lead the body down towards the floor, and allow the arms to hang loose. Relax at the bottom, feel the back of your legs stretching here. Take a breath in, pull your tummy muscles up a third, keep that head very long, roll back up through the spine, really stacking the back. We're just trying to mobilize the back. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in, engaging the core, chin to chest, head down, unstack the back. Relax at the bottom. Nice deep breath. Stretch those legs a little bit more, get deeper from the hip. Breathe in, roll back up, bringing in your core 30%. And stand up. Bring your hands up, about shoulder height. Going to now warm up the back, rotation. Float your left hand out, all the way behind you. Follow it with your hand, breathing out. Breathe in and out to the other side. Shoulders down, all very relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. And from here, we're going to go into a ski bend. So bend your knees, swing your arms, and scoop your abdominals. Breathe in, breathe out. Just doing a little small squat. Keeping the knees forward of the toes. Stretching out the sides. Bring the left hand up to the ceiling. Lengthen and lean over to one side. Make sure your head is in line with your leg. Breathe in and change. Lengthen up and stretch. And we're here, stretching up your obliques. One more time. Reach up and over. And last one this side. Just work within your own range. Don't overdo things. From here then, bring your right arm across your chest and your left hand behind the elbow, just to stretch out the shoulder. You should feel a stretch here deep into the shoulder. And then change arms, cross the chest, one hand behind. Hands again shoulder height. Grab onto something. Imagine you're pulling a heavy drawer towards you. Bring the hands back, squeeze the shoulders. Fist clenched, pull back. Shoulders down. And release. One more time. Fist clenched. Squeeze the shoulders. Okay, from here, a little bit of stretching now. So legs comfortably wide and leaning forward from the hip. Bring your back parallel to the floor. I want you to push into the top of the hip. So push your backside onto the wall behind you. And then bring your arms out parallel to the ears. Hold the hands and lengthen and breathe out. And keep your tummy muscles engaged at 30%. Really push those hips back. Lower the hands down to the floor, fingertips down or palms of the hands. Walk across to your right leg and gently hold onto your leg, bring your head down towards your knee. Over to the other side, slowly walk across. And again, hold onto the leg, head down towards your knee. So this is a stretch for the back of the legs, the calves and the hamstrings. Over to the other leg this time, I want you to bend that knee. So your right knee is bent and you're stretching the inside of your leg here. When you're stretching, you need to stretch all sides of your leg, the inside legs, your adductors, your abductors, the hamstrings, and the quads. And change and stretch out your leg. Come down onto the floor, onto all fours. Have your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. So coming up into a cat stretch, you want to arch the spine, pull the core up, head down, tuck the tailbone under. Try to imagine your body is like a cat arching its back. Push the spine to the floor in the opposite direction. So just trying to warm up the back, get some mobility going again. Arch, head down. One more time. Spine to the floor, head up. Okay, from here then. Go back onto all fours, and what we're going to try and do is an exercise called swimming. This works the whole body, particularly the back, but you must keep your back completely flat and keep your neck long, don't allow the head to drop. So start off with your right leg, breathe in, engage the core, slide your right leg away, bring it back underneath your hip. Then your left leg. Carry on just with the legs, or bring in the opposite arm. Now, once you take one arm and one leg off the floor, you will possibly start to tilt the body. So you've got to focus on keeping the body flat, like a table, as you extend each arm and each leg. Breathe, engage the core, breathe out. Try to get some length in the arms and the legs. Breathe in and very relaxed, don't tighten, just as you lengthen, try to relax in the movement. One more. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, I want to tuck the toes in. We're going to go up into a down dog movement. So here we take a breath in, pushing the hips up, breathe out, stretch your legs, lengthen your back. And down again onto your knees. 2 more times. Breathe in, breathe out, stretch the back. And down. Last one, breathe in and out. Tummy up, the neck long, back long, stretch the legs. Okay, from here then, let's come down into a child's pose stretch. So lower the hips down, lengthen the back. And stretch. So that shoulder stretch we did earlier, standing, you can also do that here. Just to release the shoulders again. Anytime you feel tight, just do a release stretch. So bring one arm under the outstretched arm. And again, feel the stretch across the back. Breathe in and out and change hands. From here then, we're going to go into a plank movement. Now this movement can be done either in this position, in the push-up position, keep the back long and flat, or you can lower yourself down onto your forearms and perhaps even your knees, just so long as your backside's not sticking up. So into this position, knees on the floor or knees raised, and just hold for a few seconds. And then, if you can, raise one leg off the floor slightly and rest it on the other leg and go onto the ball of the foot. So you're pushing and again stretching the backs of your legs. Slowly change and try not to lock your knees. Raise one leg off the floor, rest it on the back of the other leg and push into the ball of the foot. Down onto your knees again. Back into child's pose stretch, lengthen away. Let's do the breath. Okay, so we're going to work on one side first. So if you can, either start on your forearm or you can start on your wrist. We're going to go into a side bend movement. So I'm going to start here on the forearm, which is the easiest position. So bring your shoulder over your elbow and lift your rib cage away from the floor so you're not sinking into the mat. Rest your hand on your hip and bring the hips up, breathe out and allow the arm to lengthen over the side. And so stay with that forearm one or come up onto your wrist and again lengthen. And do 3 or 4 more of these. And just do it at your own pace, take your time. Breathing in, breathing out. And just stretching the sides. Let's do 2 more. And you must always engage the core muscles, always. It's all about strengthening the core as you work. This time we're going to just hold it into a side plank. And again, you can work on the forearm or you can go onto the wrist. So if I do the forearm one, again, it's slightly easier, there's less pressure on the wrist. Bring the hip up and bring the other arm directly above your shoulder. And just hold for up to about 10 seconds. Again, your core is engaged. And lower down if you want. And repeat. So we're going to come up again, but this time we're going to go into a slight hip twist. We'll roll that top arm around underneath the body and look behind you. Bring the hand back up and gently lower down. We'll just do 2 more of those. Take a rest if you want to. Hand up, wrap around, hip twist. So the hips are slightly rotating forward. Again, all about the core, but this time, last one, we're also working your oblique muscles on the sides of the body. And okay, bring yourself slowly up, release, stretch, that supporting arm up and over. And then we'll switch and change to the other side. So again, we start with the side bend, either on the forearm or the wrist. Lift and lengthen. Make sure your arm is coming up over your head, not in front of your face, and that your body is all in alignment, so you're not leaning forward. Everything is in balance. Good. Do about 3 more. Breathing in, breathing out. Always taking your time, no rush. We'll do 1 more after this, and then go into 3 short planks, followed by some hip twists. So again, with the side plank, you can go back onto the forearm, or you can stay on the wrist. Bring your hand up above, vertically above the shoulder, and hold for about 10 seconds. Lower down. Again, take a rest if you wish, or change your position. Building up strength in the shoulders. And lower down. And last one coming up. And down. And then we're going to a hip twist. So I'll do it on this wrist, on this side. So raise the body up and wrap around underneath the body. And wrap around. And last one coming up. And up. And lovely down. Release, stretch into mermaid. And lower yourself down onto the floor. And from here, we're going to go into an exercise called rear deltoid squeeze. So this works your upper back. Lie the body flat on the floor with the forehead down. Relax your shoulders. I want you to imagine you've got a fresh egg under your tummy. So when you do the exercise, you're not squashing the egg. Okay. So from here, bring your hands out parallel to your head. Relax the shoulders. Don't let them stick up. Relax your legs. Take a breath in. Engage your core and pushing through the palms. Bring your body up. So the idea of this is to lengthen the spine. Okay, so you're not we're only using the upper half of your body. And keep your shoulders away from your ears. So just be aware of where they are. One more time. And always breathe in. Last two. One. Relax the shoulders. And two. So that was swan dive. Now we're going to do rear deltoid squeeze. Arms down by your side, palms up. And relax the shoulders again. Air in the palm. From here, breathe in, pull your tummy up off the floor, 30%. Turn the hands over, squashing the air down. And relax. 3 or 4 more times. And squeeze. And again. Last 2. And last 1. Okay. Relax back here. Come back into child's pose, stretch one more time. Lower the hips down. And have the legs further apart if it helps. And just stretch out. Again, if you want to stretch your shoulders. Right on the left, left on the right. Coming towards the end of the mat, okay, one end of the mat. This gives you space to roll back onto the floor, onto your back. So I'm going to do a little exercise which I like to do because it helps the mobility of the spine. Now don't worry if you haven't got a band, you can do this without. I'll demonstrate with the band and then without. So here, sit with a tall spine, knees up to the ceiling, keeping everything relaxed and loose. Take a breath in, pull your core in, push the spine away, breathe out. If you can imagine turning your spine, which is like letter I, into a letter C. And you're just pushing, scooping your core. So without the band, so this just, again, helps get rid of any stiffness, a bit like doing a child's pose stretch, but just sitting up. Okay. From here then, without the band, I'm going to just rotate to one side, drop the elbow and shoulder down, and let your eye follow the elbow. And again. So again, core and obliques. But really imagine that scooping effort going on in your abdominals. Squeeze the abs in towards your spine. Breathe out. Let's do one more on this side. We're going to roll all the way back down onto the floor. Bring your arms over your head and just stretch out. Okay. Bring your knees up to the ceiling, feet up towards your hips. and have them completely parallel, not touching. And from here, we're just going to do a little bit of core work. So I want you to imagine your tummy muscles completely relaxed, shoulders down. And imagine that your neck is like an arch, your back is arched, and you're going to try and flatten the neck to start with by chin to chest. That means you can hardly breathe. Tilt it the opposite direction, not very comfortable. Try to find the halfway position. Relax your shoulders, breathe out. Come down into the hips. Again, we want to check we've got neutral spines. That means we've got the correct correct spinal alignment for lying on the floor. You don't want to be too flat. You flatten the back by rocking the hips forward towards your chest. Then you arch the spine. Again, in the opposite direction. So again, this is like doing cat, stretching cow, just lying on the floor. So again, we're trying to rock the hips into the correct position. So when you've got your hips level, you'll know your imaginary bowl of water there, water level. Bring hands flat on the floor. Nice deep breath, inhale. As you breathe out, scoop your abdominals and slide your fingertips towards your heels. Roll back down very easily and slowly. Relax the shoulders. Do that a few more times. Breathe in, scoop, breathe out. Keeping the neck relaxed. If your neck is tense, try to relax it. Otherwise, you'll end the session up with tight neck muscles and not much happening in the core area. One more. At this time, we're going to raise the hands off the floor slightly. Bring your right hand across towards your left knee. Over to the outside edge of the knee. Breathe in, scoop, exhale. Starting to work the obliques. Two more. One. Last one. Two. Okay, hands behind the head now. Working the abs. Relax the elbows. Going into chest lift. Roll up through the spine. Breathe out. Again, just notice if your neck muscles tighten up. If they do, relax them. Also notice if your elbows are working. We want to keep those completely relaxed. One more. Going to go into rotation now. Elbow to opposite knee. Roll up. Elbow to opposite knee. Again, just watch the elbow movement. Up to 3 reps on each side. Last one. Okay, this time we're going to bring the legs up into tabletop. Knees are over the hips. Lengthen out your right leg. Then breathe out. 3 or 4 more on each side. Going into one leg stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep the back in neutral. Use your core. Breathe out. Breathe in at the start. Breathe out on the movement. Last one on this side. Coming back into tabletop. Rest your fingertips on your knees. And then around in circles with the arms back onto the knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Keeping the knees still. And the arms smooth and round. Bringing the one leg stretch now. Circle around the arms, back. 1 and 2. One more. Carry on doing singles, or if you feel good and your back is strong, move into doubles. Don't do the doubles if your back is arching and you find it difficult. Carry on with the singles. Do 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. Bring your knees into your chest, release, stretch. Okay, coming up to the last couple of moves now. So relax your arms out to the side. Okay, keep your knees and feet together. Roll your knees over to your left and look to your right. Breathe out. Make sure your knees are stuck. Releasing the lower back here. Stretching into the hip. Breathe in, up and over to the other side. Again, the head goes into the opposite direction to the knees. Again, stretch. So if you're quite tight, you're going to feel a stretch across into the hip and up and out over into the arm. Okay. Bring your right knee into the body and lengthen out the other leg. And really squeeze that right knee into the chest. Raise the other leg up towards the ceiling and go into one leg lowers, keeping the movement smooth and flowing. So here what we're trying to do is exercise the Achilles. So flexing and pointing the foot. 2 more times. 1, 2. Working your hip flexors. Okay, change legs. Lengthen out your left leg, right leg into the body. And pressing that leg in, extend the leg up, and again repeat the movements here. Just a few more. Working the legs. 1 more. And then again, knees to chest. Okay. From here, bring yourself up into a sitting position. Legs stretched out. Going into spine stretch forward. Exercise for the back. So hands shoulder height. Keep the spine tall. Imagine your body is like an L, capital L. Now we're going to imagine squeezing the body into a tube. So breathe in, chin to chest, roll down through the spine, tucking the tummy in, lengthen the arms away. Roll back up through the spine, sit tall. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, it's all about the arms and the back. Breathe in, breathe out. And roll up through the spine. Last exercise, legs apart, going into store. Extend your arms out to the side, keep the shoulders down. Try to maintain a tall spine, try not to dip into the middle, okay? So from here, breathe in, bring your right arm to your left leg, 3 storing movements. Again, this is for your core and obliques. And lengthen the arms. 2 more on each side. Now relax the knees and the thighs. Keep those knees soft. 1 more. And last one. Bring your feet in carefully. Feet together. Just 1 more stretch for your adductors. Push the knees down towards the floor. Breathe out. Squeeze the knees. Extend the legs. Give them a little bash. Shrug the shoulders. Head to the side. Up, forwards, down, back. To the side, be very careful. And relax. Okay, so that's the end of today's session.